Yo, I made a mistake and it almost cost me a lot. Guys, welcome to another It's Just Random podcast with your host, Ed. And today, guys, it was crazy. So let's start off with I made a mistake that almost cost me uh, a tardy at work, and that was gonna be making me mad, and it was just a lot, and I was gonna be late to work. But here how is it all started. So the night before, a lot of y'all, I don't know if y'all don't live in Texas, y'all probably don't got HEB, but a lot of y'all know about grocery pickup and stuff like that. So I made an order the night prior because as a good husband, my wife does a lot of work taking care of my son. I want to do a grocery order and then we could go pick it up together. So I made a grocery order, did all the good stuff, put all the goodies on there, and I'm like, put little Debbie snacks, me, gotta get my little Debbie's. So I got it all in the list, and we paid. It was like surprisingly we got it under $200. It was pretty good. So we got it all set up and pick it up, and we were like, okay, we get there. I wake up. We're waking up. First law, the order was late. It was for 1:30 to 2. They didn't text me till like 2:30 that it was ready, and put this in the back burner of your mind. I go to work at 4. I gotta clock in at 4. So we're gonna go pick up groceries, and and it was already like 2:30. And on top of that, I had to pay. So here's another story that came up with the whole thing. So my insurance didn't pull out of my account on the day of, so it kind of messed up the whole money thing, the whole bank system and everything. So I had to go actually bring a check up to the um, the agency. So I had to go get a check, go to the agency. Then I'm like, okay, we did all that. Then we had to go pick up groceries. I like it kind of worked out because the way that the agency was to the grocery pickup that I assumed was there. So we got there. Your phone tells you to check in. Where you parked at and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I'm like, oh, we got plenty of time. I'm gonna be able to make it home and eat a little bit, get ready, and go to work without stressing. It was about 2:30 when I parked in the parking lot. So I parked. I'm clicking in the link, the check in, and I noticed the numbers were a little off. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm at the wrong store. I made a grocery order pickup for the wrong store. Now that was just like wow. Like I was like, oopsie. It was funny because I'm like, there's no way that I just made a grocery pickup, paid for it, and it was for the wrong store. So now it's 2:30, 2:40, almost 2:40. Now we have to drive across town to the other store that's about 15, 20 minutes away and farther from my house too. And I'm like, wow. It was just a big oopsie, a big mistake. And I was I was embarrassed. I was telling my wife, I'm like, there is no way that I made a grocery pickup for a wrong store that's farther out of town and I'm short on time today. So let me know, some of y'all, have y'all ever done this and ordered for the wrong store? There's actually another scenario we had this. I was in Houston. So the reason, before we get to the Houston part, so the reason that happened is because I made an order for that store the week prior because that was store was closer to me because I was gonna be in town doing Christmas shopping. And my grandma was in the hospital at that time, so we had a visitor at the hospital, and then we were gonna pick up groceries because it was close to the hospital, and that's why it was set to that store. And it didn't come to me till I was there to pick up the groceries today. So that almost happened to us while we were in Houston on our SeaWorld trip. No, not Houston, not Houston. San Antonio on our SeaWorld trip. And I was making an order and I was getting it all set up and what we needed stuff for our Airbnb. And I was all setting up and I almost clicked the like ready, and it dawned on me, wait a minute, this is for our store and at home. So I need to switch it to San Antonio. So that almost happened to us in San Antonio. That would have been kind of bad because there's no way I was gonna be able to drive. I would have had to cancel that whole order. This one wasn't that bad because I just had to drive a little farther out. But the only bad part about it that was a huge mistake because I was short on time. So when we got the groceries, you know how y'all go pick up groceries? It was everybody was picking up groceries. By the time we got to that store, it was like 3. By the time we were driving home, it was like 3:15. So it was traffic, school zones. It was just everybody buses everywhere. So the traffic was tough. So I'm just driving. I'm like, man, I'm trying to make it on time. I gotta get ready. I gotta go home, pack my lunch, um, take care of the dog, unload the groceries, and then go to work. So luckily we got home. It was about 3:30. I was able to put on my clothes and get my socks, my shoes together, pack my lunch. I took some ramen noodles. Let me know in the chat if y'all get those ramen noodles that are like the spicy ones. They're like firework. Two chili. They're really good, and they only cost $1.35. I know they're probably not good for you. Now let me tell you, there's something my father-in-law tells me. If it tastes good, it's probably not good for you. And let me tell you, them ramen noodles, finger looking good. I love them. Let me know in the chat how many of y'all in the comments interact with the comments. It helps out the algorithm. Um, how many of y'all like ramen noodles? Now, let's take a brief break to get all y'all new people that are watching. Subscribe and like. Why you should subscribe? Well, tell you why. I'm a very cool, chill guy. I'm very active. I'm gonna be grinding. I'm gonna be posting because we're gonna hit 1 million subscribers. Now you heard me right. We're gonna be 1 million subscribers in one day. And in the future, I know a lot of y'all are talking about we're gonna bring people on, and yeah, we're gonna bring some people on. But this is why you subscribe. I have a fire in my belly and I'm gonna grind and I'm gonna do something one day. I'm gonna grind here. I'm also been grinding in work and doing overtime. My side hustle is overtime right now, selling toys on the side. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to grow up and do big things, big boy stuff. I'm trying to put my big boy pants on. So that's why I'm saying I made this podcast and I know I'm gonna get 1 million subscribers one day, and I know y'all gonna help me. So if you're watching this, subscribe. If you're some of my loyal ones and you're like, boy, you're never gonna hit 1 million. Well, I'm telling you what, I'm gonna do it. It starts with me. Mentality is on point, and I'm gonna be posting as much as I can. Um, Podcast shorts. I'm gonna build my social media up everywhere. By the way, if you're watching this, if you like video games, check out my main channel where I play video games and my streaming channel. They're gonna be all in the description. So make sure y'all go follow me everywhere y'all see me. See this big fella face? Get used to it because I'm gonna do big things. And I appreciate all of my loyal ones that are here with me. Y'all are awesome. Now let's go straight back to where we're at. So we ended up getting all our stuff. Got my stuff together. Got my ramen noodles. Got my soda, Coke Zero. Got the zero going. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get better, healthy for my family. And just get in better shape. You know what I'm saying? So we got the Coke Zero, got some snacks, and put it in my lunchbox, and I was out the door. Now here is where it gets juicy. By 3:35, I'm getting out the door. Our dog Tank. I'm like walking. I'm like, man, that smells like Dookie in here. What's that smell? When you smell something, you're like, I'm like, man, what the heck? I took a shower today. What's going on? Well, I looked over and I'm like, I think the dog shit himself. The dog pooped in the cage. And I'm just like, you know what makes me mad about the dog that they did that? We had took him out, and we were literally out for the groceries for maybe an hour and a half because we left at about 2:30 was when the grocery pickup was. We came back about an hour, maybe give or take a few minutes. And we took him out before we left. My wife took him out, and he pooped. Like, bro, could you not like, dude? Like, come on, man. Like work with me here, buddy. So my wife said, like, I'm gonna take care of it. Don't worry, but just go to work so you don't be late. So I ended up kissing my boy because every time I go, it's a joy. Y'all don't understand what it is to be a father. And I want to do a podcast with some of y'all if y'all are watching, if y'all are fathers. I'd like to do a podcast with some fathers, dads, and get to talk to y'all a little bit about how it is to be a father and a dad, and what are your opinions, and what do you like, what do you do not like, and what are your pet peeves, and what did your kids do, or what do you things that your kids like. And I think that'd be cool for a podcast, and people will enjoy it. So if you're a father and you got kids, let me know in the comments if you'd like to come on, and we'll do it through Discord. I don't know how it'll go, but we'll do something and get to talk, as dads. And if you're a dad gamer, it'd be cool to find some other people to play video games with. But what were we talking about? Now I'm lost because we were talking about the dads. Because you see what I'm trying to. I can't get off topic. I try to get better about that. So my wife's gonna pick up the poop, and then I was heading out the door. So you know what the worst part? You know what the worst part of everything is, guys? And I know some of y'all probably been through it. When y'all go, y'all running late, and not only on top, you're like, okay, man, if I get right now, I'm gonna be able to make it. And start the car, and you're low, you're running low on gas, and you're like, damn, do I stop and put some gas in here, or do I risk it for it all and see if I go to make it to work? So I ended up having enough gas to go to work and go get gas. So it was just perfect. It worked out. It was just a funny story. I wanted to let y'all know. I was at work thinking about, what am I gonna talk about the podcast today? Something random, random. Was it really random? It really wasn't, but it happened today, and I thought it was interesting that y'all might enjoy and get a kick out of it. Let me know if that's ever happened to y'all, and I appreciate all your support. Make sure y'all drop a like. All the likes y'all show on here, it helps a lot. If you watched it this far, you are helping the channel tremendously. Y'all are doing some great things for this channel, for me to get closer and closer to my million subscribers. So what I need y'all to do, guys, is make sure y'all tell all your friends, guys, about the freaking channel. And just, if y'all want to come on here, give me some ideas in the comments which y'all like to see me talk about more, and who to want to bring on. Or I'll try to find some other streamers we could talk to and see how it is to be a small streamer in a big world like this. Or, like I said, I want to do the dad podcast. So if you're a father or dad, let me know in the comments. But y'all have an amazing day. I'll see y'all random people later.